What is going on, everyone? It's Scott back from Croc. Now, today is day 2 of consensus in New York City. Near the beginning of the day, the entire market was actually down 5 to 10%. But as we see consensus come to a halt for the end of the day, the market's actually picked up a little bit and we're seeing kind of a sea of green. So people must have went back to their hotel and invested heavily in crypto. That's just my 2 cents. So we're currently sitting at 387 billion with a 36.8% Bitcoin dominance, which has actually dropped down quite a bit. So it seems like some of the altcoins are coming out to flourish. One in particular is EOS. EOS has actually dropped quite substantially from their all-time high, currently sitting around $13, but it was at like 19. Oh, it actually reached $20 back in the end of April. So it's taken, what is that, like a 30% dip from its all-time high. Um, I'd say EOS is actually one of the, out of the top 10, one of the ones that's hardest hit. But it's actually starting to make a significant climb. Nonetheless, today we're going to be talking about hydrogen, or hydro as the ticker is. So hydrogen is up a whopping 88% today. It has seen total market dominance in terms of being the top coin on coin market cap. And just in the past couple days here, we've actually seen a really nice upward trend. And yesterday, currently sitting at around 7 cents, and now we're actually at 14. So, or sorry, not 14, but 0.014. Um, so, hydrogen's actually moving quite a bit. And look at this, guys. Its total supply is 11 billion. Well, 11111, some really weird number. And its circulating supply is only 2.6. So there is still so much room to grow for hydrogen. Only a $3 million daily volume traded in the past 24 hours and 37 million market cap. So hydrogen is honestly, in my opinion, ready to explode. It's currently sitting at around rank 267, but I can easily see hydrogen going to a rank 100 coin based on what they're working on and what sector they're focused in, and ultimately the team and the people behind it that are going to see it to success. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So what is hydrogen? Hydrogen plans to build the financial web 3.0. So essentially what they're trying to accomplish is they're trying to build out a set of APIs and tools to help financial institutions and global partners create applications that can talk with their existing platforms. As you guys know, the banking sector is extremely old. It's extremely slow moving. It's almost a turtle when it comes to technology. There's kind of a running joke that talks about how a lot of ATMs are actually backed by Windows XP. And I don't know if that's true or not, but you guys can let me know in the comment section below. But it just goes to show you that these big banking and financial institutions, obviously they know the benefits of blockchain, of crypto, but at the same time they can't completely retrofit their entire infrastructure and their network and utilize blockchain without some sort of middle third party to do so. And that is where hydrogen comes in. Hydrogen has actually built out 3 different products that essentially allow for integration with applications that developers, that want to build, and they can actually integrate them into existing systems that banking sector uses. So it's really really cool. And as you guys know, the fintech space is one of the biggest booming sectors in the world right now. But fintech is very slow to move. So take Ripple, for example, who is trying very hard to penetrate into the banking sector and is just now finally starting to make headway with some big banks to utilize their XRP platform. So Hydrogen, being in the same space, is actually making a set of APIs to integrate with fintech applications. And they've got three different products here that I'm going to be talking about. The first one is Atom, then they've got Hydro, and then they've got Ion. So the first one is Atom. And Atom is essentially what developers will require is a REST API. And essentially what that will allow is for applications to talk amongst each other without a lot of like recoding or integration or stuff like that. And there's a lot of applications right now that can't talk to each other, and as a result, either developers have to rejig the system, essentially recode their program in order to make things work. But Hydrogen's going to be basically act as the middle ground where they can basically you just tie into the Hydrogen API, and their applications will be able to talk to the traditional banking sector. So they've got all these different APIs here. They've got the Nucleus API, which provides digital infrastructure to anchor your fintech applications. So it includes authentication, client onboarding, accounts, yada, yada, yada. Performance orders, questionnaires. You've got the Proton API, which is risk scoring, goals tracking, rebalancing, simulations. You got Electron, which is their support, marketing. So they've built out a fairly extensive product set when it comes to this, and really to the point where you don't have to do much. They've already thought it through. Their team is well versed in this sector, and they've built out everything for developers to really just utilize their platform. And really, you just have to pay them a monthly fee to benefit from their program. And the second one I want to talk to you guys about is Hydro. So Hydro, aka Raindrop, is what a lot of people are excited about, and this is their two-factor authentication. And essentially, if you guys are not familiar with two-factor authentication, it's a means by which you need to have a second device to authenticate you to a website. So a lot of crypto exchanges, they typically will ask you to set up two-factor authentication because it's going to be more secure, and it requires like your Android or your iPhone and maybe like a Google Authenticator, and basically there will be a random number generated and that sort of thing. Now Hydro is going to be integrated into the ecosystem and allow for banking and fintech legacy applications to utilize two-factor authentication. So this just strengthens all of these old legacy banking apps that are extremely old and outdated, but they still need to be up to date and secure and everything like that. So it's a way to kind of bring them back to life, right? And make them more secure, right? Banks are always talking about security. They're trying to be cutting edge when it comes to using latest protocols and stuff like that. So Hydro really helps that. And the third one is called Hydro Ion. And Ion is really cool because it utilizes a lot of AI, artificial intelligence. So charge your data with powerful AI insights. Run dozens of machine learning models on any data set with a click of a button. So they've got all of these different AI data sets pre set up such that you can just say, hey, I want this to be ran against a current data set that I've got, and I want to figure out what the results are going to be. Well, that is where Ion comes in. Now, that is essentially Hydrogen in a nutshell. They've got three big projects that they're working on. or products that they're working on, and essentially the hydrogen is the foundation, and these are just the three that they've got on the go right now. There's talks of being of more products coming out, which is just really exciting. And like I said to you guys before, this is the pricing. So they don't actually have specific pricing yet released. You have to actually reach out to them, but they're live. They're ready to go. You can actually fully integrate with their systems right away. And over on their over on their Reddit, they actually did an AMA, and they were talking about how they're already currently working with some companies, um, and they weren't allowed to really share the name, but they have three large partners that they're working with. So similar to Ripple, they're really focusing on the fintech space. This is going to be a great year for fintech. Lots of developments going to be coming out of it. And as a result, we're seeing Hydro soaring today. And it's actually dropped down a little bit now just since we started the video. It's down 8%, but still it's having a massive run. And I think Hydro has a potential to be a top 100 coin, um, potentially even by the end of the month, right? So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is they're actually putting on a really cool event tomorrow called Block Tank. And if you guys are familiar with Shark Tank or Dragon's Den, essentially it's going to be a pitch type event where developers can pitch their company to investors. And it's going to be purely based on blockchain, crypto type investments. And there's going to be lots of media here covering it. It's going to be the first annual, it's going to be an annual event, and it's the first annual event. So lots of stuff, lots of cool things are going to come out of this. I think there's going to be lots of developers. And these are the 10 that they're actually going to be talking about. Um, so yeah, we're going to see how that goes, and we're going to see who invests in what and which ones are going to take off. So really cool event. I love watching Shark Tank and Dragon's Den, and yeah, who knows? Maybe Block Tank can take off. It might actually be positive for the crypto space. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching the video. We're going to be coming out with crypto videos every single day, telling you which ones to buy and which ones to stay away from. Talk to you guys tomorrow.